A local couple married for decades makes an unexpected discovery.
That is such a glorious, fun thing to do.
We've had a blast doing it.
Tonight, this couple is sharing a new activity they believe is a secret to a healthy marriage. Even after more than 40 years together, they're still discovering something new about each other.
Yeah, Sandra Ali shows us the steps they're taking to keep the romance alive.
You're watching a defining moment in 77-year-old Tom Hector's life, only at the time he didn't know it. 5 years ago, the Farmington Hills grandfather decided to take up ballroom dancing to get ready for his daughter's wedding.
Typically, I had observed the father, with the father-daughter dance, just kind of doing that. And I didn't want to be one of those. I asked our daughter Ellen if she would take dancing lessons. So she did. Then we were able to dance at her wedding.
After the cake was cut and the last guest went home, Tom and his 66-year-old wife, Michaela, realized they didn't want to stop dancing.
When you hear a song and it has meaning to you, and after 40 years we have lots of songs with meaning, and we're able to hold each other and dance at someone's wedding, that is such a glorious, fun thing to do.
At the time, they had no idea doing something to get ready for their daughter's wedding would end up greatly affecting their own relationship and strengthening their bond.
We do lots of things together and we do lots of things separately. So our relationship just works for us.
Tom and Michaela decided to continue ballroom dancing well after the celebration was over, and they believe it's been a real game changer in their marriage.
We all get challenges through the years, no question about it. But if you're all of the same mind and you have the same values, you can deal with it.
Tom and Michaela met on a blind date back in the early 70s. For one of them, at least, it was love at first sight.
When Tom drove up in front of my house and opened the car door, he got out and I went, that's it? He's the one?
I was very impressed, very impressed. And I did not think of it as she's going to be the one right off the bat, but certainly was very, very high on the list in terms of anyone that I had previously met.
Even back then, Michaela has strong memories of watching her parents on the dance floor.
They square danced, and in Detroit there were lots of square dancing in the 40s and 50s. It was an inexpensive way to exercise and have fun.
And now they're following that lead.
This is something that's fun for us to do together.
They've been taking lessons ever since and learned a lot about each other on the dance floor and at home as a couple.
The best time is when a couple walks in and they're kind of angry and they just have the stress of the day that, they're just not feeling like dancing, but by the end of your 40-minute, 45-minute lesson, they're laughing and you wouldn't have known that they were the same couple.
Tom and Michaela believe their time spent in the ballroom has added lots of love and joy to their happy marriage.
Whenever she goes into a room, she lights up the room.
And because of that, they don't plan to ever stop dancing. And in fact, they're not alone. Science backs this up too. According to experts, a new study finds couples who dance regularly are much more connected in their marriage. Back to you.
How about that? I was telling you about the book, The 5 Love Languages,
right.
And dancing oftentimes will check off all the boxes on
all
those.
5 of
5 of them, yeah, so it kind of strengthens the
I
relationship.
watched a Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers movie recently, and it's so romantic.
It is.
Just